Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of Ma. So basically, I remember seeing a trailer for this, and I was like, "This looks so good." And it came out, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna go and watch Ma instead of watching the is it Dark Phoenix? Phoenix, that new from film, because apparently Jeremy says it's dog shit, and you know, a lot of his films where he says that it's because he has a rating, so he has a rating of spectacular, which he highly gives, and there's one where it's like below, just above dog shit, which is like is better when you're drunk, and there's a few films that I've like that have, that where he said it's better when you're drunk, and I've not been drunk and I've still enjoyed him. And then there's dog shit, which when he gave that I cried inside a little bit, just a little bit. But anyway, we're not talking about X-Men. We're talking about Ma. So the whole the whole sort of plot of this, I'm not going to give this is going to be a spoiler-free review, but basically, um, this new girl comes into town, and then she gets invited to go to this party. Turns out this party sort of doesn't happen because of another girl's mum or something. Basically, they're in a chug and they're trying to get alcohol. So basically, they're asking random people to get alcohol, and of course they jump into bump into Ma, who I can't remember the name of the character in the film because they all end up just calling her Ma anyway. And she's like, she'll buy alcohol, and then she's like, you know what, guys, I don't want you to, drink drive. Come to my house and you can party in the basement. There's three rules. One, don't spit on the floor, don't use God's name in vain, and the main one is don't go upstairs. So immediately she's hiding something. She's a bit of a creeper because throughout the film you see her on her phone, and then I'm not going to say the plot is kind of obvious, but the kind of background and what's happening, you might pick it up. Like, not like the whole storyline. You can't predict like what's going to happen, but you kind of predict this woman's sort of intentions into why, because characters start to link together in some way, which again I'm not going to give away. They go to flashbacks of Ma as well. Won't get into what flashbacks of what, but they go into that. But you kind of add two and two together. Well, I did anyway, and I called it, and I was right. Turns out she's even more of a psychopath, though. I don't know what her actual plan is, but it's predictable in. It's sort of like a I'm not going to give it away, but it's kind of predictable, but her actions aren't predictable, if that makes any sense. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I would say there's one thing in this film that peeved me off a little bit because there's this other character who you find out who this person is, but not in detail, like how did that happen, sort of thing. Which I wish they went more in detail on that, but they probably didn't because they still wanted to keep it as like, okay, how did that happen, that sort of thing. Like they didn't want to give too much away, but it would have been nice. Like, is that person actually, or if you've seen it, you know what I mean. But it's but I'm trying to do this like giving it away. But is that person actually what they think they are, or are they actually not? It's just that person's um anxiety or whatever trauma that's kind of done it that way, if that makes any sense. That probably doesn't make sense. I'm going to stop now. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It's a really good thriller. And yeah, Matt is a psychopath. And there's some moral stories which I won't get into because, again, it might be a little bit of a spoiler. I will tell you one of them, though. And that is, don't don't ask strangers to buy alcohol because they could actually be psychopaths. It was a weird one though because it's kind of like an Monica. What's that word that movie sims always use, where something that's predictable that kind of like it only is that only happened because it was more of a coincidence sort of thing, which is really weird, but again. Some, you know, small town coincidence sort of happened. I don't know, it was a weird coincidence there that made me think, oh, okay. It actually wouldn't have happened if you weren't randomly asking people for alcohol, people. Just stop. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this film. It's a really good thriller. As I said, the story, the actions are kind of, the storyline sort of thing is kind of predictable, but the actual character of Ma isn't that predictable. She, she's a crazy. She crazy. So that's it for this review. So bye, guys.